A woman suffered a particularly messy situation while participating in a marathon, but despite that, she powered right through. Now, what happened with this woman and why is this such an incredible story of perseverance? Well, after having her first child, the marathon runner, Tamara, then 31, was fueled by a sort of new mom energy. Some runners say they've become faster after giving birth. The Mountains to Beach Marathon, which starts in Ojai, California and ends in the coastal city of Ventura, west of Los Angeles, would be her first postpartum race, and she thought she could set a personal record. But then trouble emerged. For the first half of the race, she was on track to do just that. But at mile 13 or 14, she realized she needed to go to the bathroom. A conundrum, if you will. Now, she didn't let a bit of bowel movement really come in the way of finishing this race or finishing really with a personal record. So she said this, I don't know if it's possible to poop while running, but I will try. I didn't want one poop to mess it all up. Okay, so this woman is incredible, but it did get pretty gross. So without stopping, she relieved herself into the built-in underwear in her shorts. I had to focus, she said, and continued on her way. It just came out and I felt a lot better.
I imagine.
Okay, you guys, this is mile 13 or 14. How many miles in a marathon?
26.3, something like that. That's a long, squishy journey after that.
She had a poo, but she kept going. She maintained a personal record pace with soiled shorts for roughly 13 more miles. She kept her mind focused on maintaining her fast clip, not on what was in her shorts. When she neared the finish line, she yelled to her friends, I pooped my pants.
But why? Like, you don't have to. This is almost making me think that this was kind of like the goal.
How dare you?
Why would you yell it?
She thinks it's a conspiracy. What are you, QAnon?
I think it's interesting. Look, it's obviously admirable. I couldn't do it regardless of what came out of my body, and I imagine it'd be many things at that point.
Oh, like what?
Blood, I don't sweat, tears, other stuff. I like, by the way, when she's running, she's like, I don't even know if it's physically possible, but she didn't let that stop her. She stood on the butt cheeks of giants and she pooped. Yeah, why wouldn't it be possible? You could poop while running. I'm reading, by the way, in the chat that this is not a new thing, that runners regularly do this.
Yeah, like
how? Okay. Why?
This is amazing. Sorry, I'm getting too excited here. Brett mentioned this during our pitch meeting this morning, and how does Brett even know this stuff? But he knows, and he's like, yeah, a lot of runners, marathon runners in particular, like will run with diapers as a result of this happening so often. Let me give you more details. So the runner here doesn't think anyone noticed, and she said that she didn't really care.
Yeah, well, when she screamed, I think they might have had an inkling.
Hold on though.
Or tinkling.
She says marathoners don't judge, probably because this happens more often than we knew, okay? She says it was all worth it to run a 3-hour, 7-minute marathon, her fastest by about 1 minute, 20 seconds, 13 months postpartum. She says, if I had stopped in a porta potty, who knows what would have happened? Well, you would have pooped in the porta potty.
Would have lost a minute or two, I suppose.
Yeah.
Look, it is amazing, obviously, that she was able to do it at all and under those conditions and within a year of having given birth. It is amazing. I'm not mocking that. She seems very into making sure people know the details.
Well, look, she was able to push through, if you will. And I think it's incredible. Most people, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to.
How did she place? Did she win by a turtle head? Like, how close was it?
That doesn't matter. What matters is that she beat her personal record. That's what she cares about.
It's amazing. 3 hours and 7. I don't think I can do 5 miles in 3 hours and 7 minutes. She is amazing.
Well, since you're injecting yourself into this story a little bit, right? We do have a poll question for you all. And here's the poll question. Let's take a look. Recently, a marathoner cared so much about achieving her physical goals that she defecated in the middle of a race and just kept running. John is also an athlete, but to our knowledge has never really pushed himself to this kind of a limit. Curious, we ask you, To prove he cares, should John work out till he poops himself?
I think, thank you, Bart. I think you are limiting your thoughts too much. The issue wasn't the race, it was that it was a long endurance activity. How do you think I've gotten through some of those election nights?
Oh my God.
Definitely not.
Oh my God.
God, no. No, I can imagine Brett like improving and not wanting to stop in the middle. So he just goes, he yes-ands his butt, basically, is what happens. No, I've never done that. I did in college. I was in ROTC in the Air Force, and we would do early morning workouts. And I did work out until I blacked out. I did do that. I didn't poop myself.
Don't do that, guys.
But I did black out, actually.
So in regard to marathon runners and how often this happens, runners' trots, as it's called, are a real thing and they're not fun. Up to 71% of long distance runners do experience abdominal cramping and diarrhea. I mean, like, think about, you're really pushing your body to the limit, like running for that long and
browned out.
Yeah, yep. And then by the way, so here's some info from the Mayo Clinic. Some suggest it's a result of severe physical jostling. A marathon can impose on your internal organs. Others think that it happens after prolonged periods of decreased blood flow to your intestines. Among all of these theories, one thing is clear from studies on long distance athletes. Food supply moves more quickly through your system when you're an athlete training for a strenuous event. Long distance running can also lead to temporary incontinence since your blood is shuttled away from the digestive tract and toward your legs. So fascinating, science.
I imagine.
We're just trying to share science with you guys.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.